1st July 2017. It's a country specific one. Means one tax, one nation. Okay. Yeah. And there are two types of tax involved in GST. The mainly input tax and the output tax. The input tax will be applicable when we purchase the goods or services. Okay. Uh, in input tax, there are multiple components like input CGST, input SGST, okay, input IGST. Okay. And second one is output tax. When we applicable the output tax means when we when we sell the goods to the customer, in that case we will apply the output tax. And also similarly we have an output CGST, output SGST, output IGST, and also output UT GST, that is an Union Territory GST. Okay, and also we
please share the screen of step by step explain right now.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah, visual.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Here we have an components. Output CGST, output SGST, output IGST, output UTGST. UTGST means Union Territory. When we purchase or sell the goods to the Union Territories like Delhi, like we apply this UTGST. Then we have an RCM GST. When we purchase the goods from the non-registered vendor, in that scenario we will use the RCM GST because he didn't enroll his business name in GST. That's why we will use RCM GST. One of the prerequisite for applying GST means the provider and the supplier, means the business organization should have an GST identification number. It contains 18 characters. Okay. Okay. We can see the configuration steps for GST. One thing I like to say that whatever we configure the configuration for GST in SAP, we will configure at country level. You people know, right? Country level, client level, and company code level. If we configure at company code level, it will applicable to particular company code only. But if we configure at client level, it will applicable to both company codes under one company. If we configure at country level, it will applicable to both a number of companies. Okay, it is not at the client level or company code level. We will configure at country level because it is a tax, no one tax, one nation. First, we have an step that create condition types by using OBYC. Here the condition types. Condition types are nothing but where we carry the data. Means condition type and accounting keys are the data. It will help to create a tax procedure. Here I created the condition type for input tax CGST. We will give the one code here and the access sequence. Then access sequence is nothing but one search strategy. Okay, It is in standard one, MWST. Okay. Here we will give the condition class. It is in a taxes, no? That's why we will give the taxes. It indicates it with a D. And also at what on what type of we will calculate the tax means on percentage wise. No, we have an what we have GST rates, multiple GST rates available in the country, that is an 5%, 12%, 18% and 24%. Okay, we'll calculate on the base of percentage. Here I given the A. Okay, then we will save the data and go. Like that we have to create input SGST. Same I think followed here. It is an input SGST. And also for output CGST also we have to create like that only. First we have to give one condition type, and for that we have to give description and access sequence and condition class and condition type. Okay. Here I mentioned that MWVS. It is a standard condition type for input types. MWAS, it is a standard condition type for output tax. Means the system will already provided the standard condition type. If we want to continue with that, we can apply the MWVS for input tax. No, we want our own condition type, means we have to select new entries and we can give any type of any type of code. Understood, right? Okay.
Yeah, understood.
Second, we have an step is that we have to define accounting key, or we can call as transactions key in OBCN. Here also we have a standard accounting keys, VST for input tax and MWS for output tax. I didn't follow the selected the standard one. I created the our own accounting key. I given NIC. Okay. See here, I quoted as NIC. That is nothing but an input tax CGST for NP01. It is in my company code. What type of tax it is? It is an input tax, right? That's why I selected 2. And the posting indicator. Why we have to select or give the 2 here? The posting indicator. If we select the separate line item, means the system will display the GST in line item wise. Like same, I have created the NIS. It is an input SGST for NP01. Same I given here. When come to the output, the slight different is there. Yeah, here I given the tax type is output tax. Hope you people are understanding, right?
Yeah.
Then we will move on to the next step. After the creation of condition types and accounting keys, we have to create input and output tax GL account. That is an input CGST, input SGST, like that. CGST input tax and SGST input tax I have created under the heads of current assets now. Why we have to create under the head current assets means whatever we pay the input tax to the vendor, future we will claim that amount. Okay, that's why it is an receivable to us. It is an income to us. That's why we will show under the current side of the current assets of the balance sheet. Okay, and we will create the output tax under the head liability. Why we will create the output tax under the liabilities means it is an we received the output tax from the customer. Then we have to pay the output tax to the government. It is a liable to the business. That's why we'll show under the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, same thing. In control data, we have given posting keys, sorry, sort key, line item display, and we selected the group field status group as we can select G001 or else we can give G041. It is a tax office clearing accounts. Understood, right?
Yeah, understood.
Next, after creating the GL accounts in FS00, we have to map those GL accounts with the account keys in OB40. Why we have to map the GL account means whatever when we are posting the entry in FB60 or F-02 or FB70 purchase invoice or sales invoice, the system should have to pick the GST input tax automatically. That's why we will map the GL accounts with the accounting keys in OB40. We will see how we map the see here we have a transaction key. It is called a transactions keys. We created the accounting keys OBCN, right? Here we have an accounting keys. See, we have to give a chart of accounts and we have to map the input tax GL account. Here I have given the input tax CGST. Here. Then we have to give debit and credit posting keys. It is must and should. And like that we have to map the input CGST and also output CGST and also output SGST. If we have an IGST means then we have to create one IGST GL account and then we have to map with accounting keys. Hope you understand. After that, we have to create one tax procedure. We in OBYC. Here it is an option called procedures. Yes. Here I created the tax procedure as NP0TXP. Tax procedure for NP01. How we create the tax procedure means with the help of how we create the tax procedure means with the help of condition types. Here I mentioned the condition types. With the, and also accounting keys, we will create the tax procedure for the country, not at the company, not at the company code, not at the client. We will create for the country level. So we created the condition type in OBYZ, right? Whatever we created the condition type, we have to put here, and also we will give the accounting keys here. Here we have a step. We can take one or two, anything. It is a numerical one, and also condition type. Here I mentioned the base amount. Base amount. Why I selected the base amount means we will calculate the GST on the base value, right? We have a total amount of product is 10,000 means we will calculate on 10,000 rupees only, right? That's why I given the base amount. And for input tax, it is the step 10. If I give 10 10 10 means we have to calculate input CGST, input SGST, output tax based on the base amount. That's why we have to give base amount. For an it is not, it is like a formula. Then I have given accounting is, it is an input tax CGST, input tax SGST, is an output tax CGST, output tax SGST. Hope you understand, right? Tax procedure. Okay. Then we will move on to the next step. The next step is what we created the tax procedure. No, the tax procedure have to assign with the country level. For that we have an transaction code, that is OGG. See here, our country is India, right? Yeah. For India, I given the tax procedure is in OBYZ. I created the tax procedure as NP0 TXP. The tax code should be assigned with the country. And the last step is create tax code in FTXP. Why we have to create a tax code means we have a number of GST slab rates, right? 12%, 5%, and 18% and 24%. For identifying those tax rates in code wise in SAP, we have to create one tax code for each rate. That's why we have to create a tax code. If we create the tax code, we can easily select while posting the invoices. Here we have to give IN. Already I have created IN. Yeah, I have created 6%, 12%, 6% for input CGST, 6% for SGST. We have to bifurcate. No, if we the 6% will goes to the central government and the 6% will go to the state government. That's why we have to bifurcate that 12% into 2. Understood, right?
Yeah, understood.
And also for output tax also I have taken a 12%. First we have to give one country key and also tax code and procedure and the what type of tax it is. If it is an output tax, we will show with the indicator A. If it is an input tax, we will show with an V indicator. See here, same I have shown the 6%, 6%, 6% for the state central and the 6% to the state government. After the configuration is done, we will post the one invoice, right? Purchase invoice or sales invoice. In that case, after mm, after we raise the vendor invoice or purchase invoice, the accounting entry will be pop up. What is an accounting entry? Is inventory account debit, and we debit the input tax and we credit the vendor. Why we debit the input tax means it is it is an claim in the future. We can claim the whatever we pay the tax to the vendor, we can claim in the future times. And coming to customer invoice, we credit the output tax. Why we credit the output tax means it is a liable to us to pay the government. That's why we'll show we will credit the output tax in the case of customer invoice. I will show the one entry in. See here. Yeah, I have posted the purchase invoice for SSR Industries. The 31 posting is nothing but uncredited credit. And we debit the inventory account, and also we debited the input tax, CGST and SGST. We have given 6% to the CGST and 6% to the SGST. No, that's why the system will bifurcate the amount equally, 6%, 6%, based on the 49,000. Actually, I have given the 50,000. We have an TDS. No, that's why the system deduct the 500 rupees on 50,000. The system calculated the CGST and SGST on base amount. I have given the 50,000 rupees. No, that's why the system calculated the based on the base amount, and the TDS will be credited. Do people have any doubt on this?
No, Supriya, clear.
Okay. Then I'll show the customer invoice. See here. I have sold 1 lakh, 1 lakh products to the worth of products to the customer. Then I debited the customer, and the sale. It is an income to the organization. That's the shown under the credit. So the sale amount is, and the output tax. For the sale, we will show the we apply the output tax. The same thing, the system bifurcated the 6% to the SGST and 6% to the CGST. I have one example for this. See here. Assume that the business purchased the 50,000 rupees worth of material. Okay, and he paid 10% on that. 10% and 10% on 50,000 is 5,000 rupees. No, it is an input tax. It is a current assets. It is an we can claim in the future. And also after some time, some period, the business sold the 1,20,000 worth of products to the customer. Same thing, the business applied the uh, output tax 10% on the 1,20,000. The output tax is 12,000. I have said that we can claim the input tax. No, the business has to return the GST return the files every month. In that case, the business, how they will return the file means whatever they have received, whatever they paid input tax 5,000, they will less the less in the output tax. So 1 lakh, 12,000 minus 5,000, it is an 7,000. It is a net tax payable to the government. I said that we have to pay output tax to the government, no. So how they will pay means whatever they paid input tax, it is a receivable amount to the business, no. That's why they will initial stage they will less the input tax with in output tax, then net amount they will pay to the government. They will when they pay the government, the accounting entry will be pop up, that is GST payable account debit and to bank account. Okay, here the GST, the government is receivable, no. That's why we'll show the GST payable account debit, and the cash is decreasing in the bank. That's why we will credit the bank account. And this is all about the GST. If people have any doubts, you can raise the hands and you can ask any questions on that. Girish, do you have any doubts?
No, Supriya, all are good.
Bharat,
I have no doubts.
understood, right? Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Recording stop this.